Yeah, because I remember Nixie going up to Oscar Ryan.
Look at that baby
Same
face.
sort of like that. Similar to this sort of pitch. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. Being racist.
I hate Sid Draper.
All right.
You look away, like you pretend you don't care, and then you get Draper.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like when you're waiting for something to download quicker.
Yeah.
Like you act like you don't care.
Yep, yep.
You got like a YouTube video going or something like that.
It's always the ads.
That's a great analogy.
It is.
Artie can hear us.
Hey,
That's
yo.
good. All right.
All right.
Should we kick? Do we know what we're actually doing?
No.
No. Should we just kick it off anyway?
Yep.
All right. Sounds good.
People want to watch the draft. And hear.
Good evening. Welcome to Here We Crow Live for Draft Night 2024.
Draft,
oh my
draft.
God. It's such an exciting evening because none of us know what's going to happen. There's been whispers abound, and it could be anyone. We could pick anyone at pick 4, but before
I think it's one of about 5.
it could be anyone. Ben, welcome Ben.
Thanks, Lauren.
Welcome Sam.
Hello, Lauren.
Welcome Dan.
Hi.
And a big welcome to the sensible one, Nuz. He is the drafting expert tonight, so we're going to hear a lot from him, aren't we, Nuz?
Yes.
Well, the oracle of draft.
Thank you for having me. Yes, very excited to finally have a good pick with some mids. Kids in the mid, all the way.
They're
Yeah.
actually going to be in there. And big welcome to our live guests in the house, Angus and Ross. Hope some more of you show up because we've got prizes, and I don't want to give them all to these two. Yeah, it is a 50-50 chance of winning at the moment.
I like those odds.
Now, this is going to be loose as because we have all been extremely busy. I've just gotten back from Melbourne. I don't know what day it is.
So pretty much usual programming.
Yeah, it's you know, I'm not sure it's going to be as loose as the last one, but it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do we have segments?
nah, we'll do the pump up segment.
Oh, yeah.
Shit's pumping us up, isn't it?
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we have to speak
no.
to the man with the quiz
Oh, no.
and the
His screen.
stats.
107.
Ben.
All right, yes, 107. So, special night, special player. Debut 107, none other than James Byrne.
Oh,
James Byrne.
feel the burn.
That guy.
Thanks.
He looks a bit like Peter Vardy in that
Does,
picture.
yeah, he's almost like a Vardy Modra sort
The
of.
one and only
Smash.
Peter Vardy.
Wait, is that
And
Vardy magic?
Vardy Magic. Is that Vardy Magic?
It could be.
James Byrne, are you Vardy Magic? It also looks a bit like Chad Rintoul. There's a few meshed in, a few crowbots.
He was another member of the club of the War Number 6 curse.
Ooh,
12,
so he was.
24 games.
Yep. I can't even remember any of those games.
He had 13 in 1 year, then the next year he was delisted after a lot of injuries. His best work was more done in the next level down. So I think he won a best and fairest for Glenelg, South Fremantle. What I've just discovered what the JJ Liston Trophy is for the VFL was the best and fairest there, and took Geelong to a VFL premiership. So,
That's pretty impressive.
so he did a lot of stuff just the next level down. So, and he was also in the coaching staff with Essendon for a while. So there you go,
Right.
James Byrne.
Cool.
Now I might do.
Is this still going?
It's only just begun.
And there concludes the draft. Thank you very much for joining.
Quite happy not to do this preparation.
Tough
Sam.
crowd.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we might split up the quiz. So we'll start with my traditional quiz.
Did you?
Josh is
ready for a
already
quiz?
answering questions. We haven't even got there
Is
yet.
this how impatient you're going to be now that you have to come down from Normanville?
Yeah, I can complain like Ben does now.
We're preempting questions. Okay, what position did Geelong finish in 2007? Which that's probably a bit too easy for Geelong that year. But minor round, where do we think we finished?
2000.
I'm backing Josh in 8th.
Nah. 10th.
11th.
Don't know why you wouldn't go with whatever Josh said.
I wasn't reading it.
It was 8th.
Ah.
So 8th, club champ.
Goodwin.
19.
2007 club champion.
I'm reading it off his screen because it's so large.
Oh, Benny Vince. Benny Vince.
No.
No.
Sid Draper.
No,
Simon Goodwin.
no. You're going to kick yourself.
Wasn't Benny Vince.
Going to kick ourselves. Andrew McLeod.
Yes.
Uh,
There you go. Leading goal kicker.
Benny Vince. Scott Welsh.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Topical for tomorrow evening,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Be very surprised if that's topical for tonight. That's a real draft.
Oh.
Yeah. You might not even get picked tomorrow. Who knows?
No, possibly not. So. Leading Brownlow getter.
Andrew McLeod.
No,
Goodwin.
no.
Ooh.
Someone who
Edwards.
hasn't won it before.
Thompson.
Someone who hasn't won it before.
Rashudo.
All right, this is why I don't. sit
Everyone
next
but
to Sam.
Rashudo.
So,
Rashudo.
no,
Josh said Thompson.
It is Thompson because Sam's reading it off my screen.
Oh,
So-
Sam, you're not allowed to look.
I
That's
just
the
wanted to hurry
rule.
up.
I thought you were tricking
Josh
us
is
by
trying to
saying
answer
they
these
haven't won.
questions, and you're just reading the
Sorry.
answers. Josh isn't even Googling the answers.
No.
I'll just
You know
keep getting
that.
my late
Sorry,
intel.
So,
Late.
last
Oh,
one.
Naz is on the mailbag.
Yep, last one for this section. So, who did we play? We've only played the one final.
What are you looking at me for? Like I would
Oh,
know.
Hawthorn.
Nazi, you Sam Edmund. Are you getting phone calls during
He
the
was-
broadcast?
he was.
Excuse me, mate. Get some late mail here.
It was that very annoying Buddy Franklin game.
Oh,
Yes.
Right.
I was at that game and sitting behind some extremely obnoxious Hawthorn fans.
Oh,
Ugh.
hate
Yeah.
them.
Have you got
in
over it yet?
No, I haven't got over it, and it's yes, it's even before Hockball. I've really found
That's
Hawthorn.
pretty obnoxious.
Chris Massey on
Yeah,
Buddy, Josh
struggling
said.
team.
Yeah, that's right. Dan's mate.
Apparently,
Josh, I'm thinking you're going to have to write the next quiz. You might have to write the Christmas quiz, Josh.
I reckon
Give
Josh
you-
Really
is-
like
I'll
challenge
give
Ben.
you a 1-minute tutorial on how to get the questions.
You have to pass along that graphic that you've got there too.
Well, that, all right.
Ready for a quiz? Why do you do that?
I love it though. We need to somehow get his screen onto the
We do,
screen.
yeah.
Reminds me of
we do.
clip art
Yeah.
back in the 90s. It's
Yeah,
great.
it is.
Can you send us some of those so we can pop it on
I
there?
reckon I can
We need to
squeeze
share his
that-
Oh,
screen.
wow. Look at these. Like,
Instead of Dan
Without the
Cam,
answers somehow.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that'll do for the 2007. I thought maybe later I've got a few previous Crows draftees, and we can get a bit of nearest the pin from people where they think we took them.
Sam, is that
Oh,
okay
yeah.
with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm okay
If
with
that's
that.
all right with Sam.
I
maybe-
did say to Ben we should probably have some draft theme.
Well, who knows when this is ever going to get started, because it's certainly not looking like any time soon.
No, we'll just keep going until
Yeah.
something happens. Come on, Ben.
Okay. I think when you say "come on, Ben," I think that might be me done.
What do you mean? Where's the draft questions?
All right.
He
well, you
said
wanna go
later.
Straight? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
come
that
on.
was Part of
The whole pod is quiz now.
this is a competition for people to get their
We have to
prizes.
answer every question in a
There's
quiz
no
form.
one, we've only got 2 people here, so I'm not posting prizes. Sorry,
Okay. Yep. All right.
I'm not doing it.
All right. Well.
And also, Josh wins, so I'll send Josh a prize.
So you just said you won't post, and now you will.
See who's.
We're going to hand deliver it.
Josh isn't getting the new fancy shirt.
No.
There he is, Mike Sheehan. Look at him go, like me.
I literally looked at the door then. Whoa, when did he get here?
G'day, Mike.
All right, what's going on? Ben, come on.
So
What are we
want
doing
these
here?
players?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Talking to the microphone, Ben. Your microphone needs to be higher.
I'll get it from.
You've been doing this for 3 years.
Well, not normally next to Sam, who just.
He's
puts me
flustered.
off.
He's flustered.
I'm also-
Sam's pissing him off.
Be yourself. Don't be flustered.
Can we have just you three make a guess, and Sam can just
Yeah.
sit this one
I'll
out?
sit it out.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
stop. Look in the other direction, please.
All
Watch
right.
the telecast.
Can you? Yeah, just tell us when pick one's happening.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So, some players that I've chosen. So, Eugene Warrior,
Oh, what? In what year?
national draft. This was '93, I think.
Jesus. 86?
86 for you.
I'm literally
Okay, you're also looking at it's
like it's
Dan,
literally right in front of me. I can't not.
it's Dan v. Lauren here.
Oh, what's happening?
86. What's your guess?
What about these guys?
Oh, is this what year we drafted him?
No. What number we drafted?
Oh, 74.
Well, you are closer.
Closer.
We picked him at 8.
Really? How many games did he play?
What did you pick, Dave?
0.
Josh said 56, so
Back
he
in
was
those
closer
days,
than me.
though, it was
even.
like one bloke, one recruiter from Dusty Hill or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
how
they
many
call it.
picks
Being,
would
he
we
played a
have
good game once.
back
Like
then?
they wouldn't.
Like
no-
how long?
We had a few players come in 90.
Yeah, but like how many picks in general? Like, would it be like 40 picks?
Back in those days, from when it started in 86 to about 94, it was weird because a lot of people made their way in SANFL in the waffle and to about 21, 22. And so the draft just kept going and going and going. And even if they were drafted, it didn't necessarily mean they were taken by that club. They just kind of said, oh, we'll have rights for you. And then
Yeah.
they're like, weren't even on the list by the time the season started. So they had like 90, 110, 120 people picked. And then only until about
Yeah,
94,
right.
95, it started getting a little bit more professional. So
Okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. See,
you
I'm
go.
clueless on drafting.
Yeah, one
Draft facts.
One that I think is one of your favourites, I think, Lauren.
Oh.
Scotty Hodges.
Oh,
You have to
Hottie.
win.
Hottie Scotches. That was 92, wasn't it?
Pick 10.
Big 10.
92?
I think it was the next year. It was 94. He was
Do you have more
mature
quiz
age.
questions to give away the shirt, or is this the shirt?
No, he was playing in 93.
That's what I talked about, but then we said just do it.
He was our leading goal kicker in
This was
92,
meant
wasn't
to
he?
be shirt giveaway.
Doesn't
No, we're not giving away the shirt. We're doing a different comp for the shirt. Look, it's very disorganized, but we can't do the quiz
So,
because there's too many
10.
online people.
Wait, so this is when Hodges got drafted to the Crows.
It's not the year, just what draft pick did we use?
Oh. Now I'm not confident because of Eugene Warrior. It's shaking me up. I'm
Fair enough.
going to say 10.
That's what I said.
But I'm also going to say 10 because I wasn't listening.
I'm going to need you to choose a different number, Dan.
just pick 11 like Price is Right.
Josh said 43.
10.5.
Well, Josh has got it on 45.
Wait.
You both said 10.
All right, I'm
You were
definitely.
only going to say 11.
I'm definitely going to send Josh a prize. Josh,
10.5.
Josh, can you DM us on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll send you a prize.
Josh just deserves a prize for how many
Yeah,
times he's answered
I
this
think
shit
so.
quiz
Don't
questions.
feel pressured to overthink this. Just give me a number.
Josh
So,
is too smart.
one for you, Dan. Ian Perry.
Hopefully not too low. 64.
32.
Oh, geez, now I've got to do some maths to work out who's closer.
It's in between.
Ooh.
The number was 49.
So Lauren.
I don't know. As I said, I need some maths. I'm very tired.
What did you say?
64.
Yeah, it was me.
Beauty.
Yes.
All right. So you're sitting at 2-0.
Okay.
Wow.
2. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, Eugene Warrior got that one.
No,
Yeah, she
Did
was
I?
closer.
Closer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
All
This
right.
is very boring.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right. Let's
No, I like it. I'm into it.
Graham Johncock.
This is worse.
Graham John Cock. 18.
This is Guernsey number, wasn't it?
First number that popped into my head.
I want to say 26.
Josh says
Steal of the
22.
draft.
He's
He
also on
was
Dan Cam.
67.
Really? Wow. He was like a Saligo pick.
Well, a double Saligo pick.
Mm.
Yeah, right out there.
Double Saliga.
Another champion of the club, Fergus Watts,
8.
Pick 92.
14.
Yay,
One
1.
for Dan.
Woo! I knew that was a
All
lot.
right, last one because you're getting over it.
Nah,
Rory Sloane.
keep going. 63.
Pick 6.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to have to give that to Dan. That was 44.
Oh, I thought I'd.
2-0.
I thought Sloaney broke the
So,
curse.
yeah. So I can look up some more if the
Yeah.
enthusiasm rises, but we'll stick with
I'll
that.
bring it back later. I can bring it back. Let's see what's.
All right. Well, I think Josh wins. So Josh, like I said, DM us and I'll grab your address and I'll post you out a little prize pack. Pumping up? Are we pumped?
We could.
John, do
Let's get pumped. Draft time. Pick 4. Could it be pick 5 maybe? Who knows? Who cares? We're going to get a good pick.
All right. I'll go first.
Nuz wants to go
I know,
home.
I know what.
And I'm out of here.
I already know that Nuz is pumped up by this draft, so that's great. I'm pumped up because I just got back from Melbourne for seeing Pearl Jam, and oh my god, who gave Dave Grohl the crown of nicest guy in rock and roll? Because I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's Eddie Vedder.
Well, it's definitely not Dave Grohl anymore, is it?
Well, it's not, and I'm like, sorry, how did he ever get that far? Because Eddie Vedder has been there the whole time, always been an activist.
Yeah.
Like, he is just a diamond. And it was a fantastic show, loved it, worth
Dave-
every cent.
Dave Grohl just sucked everybody in, I think.
Yeah.
somehow.
With his goofiness.
Oh, he's
Whereas
not on.
Ed-
It was by default because he was in a band with Kurt Cobain, who was a heroin
Start
addict who
scene.
killed himself.
Yeah, Eddie Vedder
It's like, oh,
doesn't.
he's not on heroin, so he's cool.
Eddie Vedder doesn't need to be goofy because he's just a gem. And yeah, it was a fantastic show, and I wish I went to both shows. So good. I think we're about to start, but while we're
way.
waiting for Andrew Dillon to shut the fuck up, Sam.
Is he the most boring CEO we've had?
Oh yeah, I know. Gil's got so much more charisma.
I actually asked my mate who works for the AFL in Northern Territory about him the other day. Apparently, the way that we see him on the other side, he is a very smart, very intelligent man. So he was backing him up anyway.
Why does he back such stupid ideas then?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he
I was ragging on him, and my mate was like, "No."
I would have
you've
been
got the wrong
completely
opinion."
okay with him, but he came out and said that the umpiring's the best it's ever been, and he lost me.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he was sticking up for people there.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, is anything pumping you up, Sam?
I just moved house. so
You
no.
did. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I now live as far away from the podcast studio as Ben, so now he can't complain as much.
I think you'll find I might get here slightly quicker.
I think I feel like we're just going to hear double the complaining,
Maybe,
like Dan
yeah, that's
mentioned
true.
earlier.
No, it's fine. I don't mind. It's all good. But
I
no,
can-
I'm
I can-
very
You've got no
excited.
choice but to not mind because
I can handle Ben.
you're the production king.
Yeah,
I can
that's
handle.
right.
I can
Exactly.
handle Ben's whinging because I feel like it's been warranted. He lives in a great place like Strath.
Oh, you don't like Normanville?
Well, it remains to be seen.
Oh, you haven't been there.
No, I have, but I'm going to gauge how much I like Normanville by how much you whinge when you're here.
Don't know why Richmond's list manager is 7 years old, but good on him.
Was that?
Oh, it's the guy's son.
No, it is a list manager. No. Of course, it's his son. I'm just. I try to liven the mood here.
Jeez, Nuz, like God, it's like supposed to be a nice symbolic gesture.
Nah, get him out.
Pick the player. Is there anything pumping you up, Nuz, other than this? Your eyes are locked in.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
all about the draft.
What about you, Dan?
Like if you
I'm-
it's like Harry Armstrong or something.
I can't wait until they go on the clock. It's going to get exciting.
be funny.
But what's exciting me is lawn care. Now,
Ben's eyes have lit up.
since the last Ben's Backyard segment a few weeks back, I did actually not follow Ben's advice of hiring a thing to pull out to cork my grass or whatever you call it.
Sounds like exactly what I told you to do.
Yeah, that's it.
So I did, in fact, use the aerating sandals, which was a fun time.
I would have paid to watch you.
All right.
Well, there's photographic evidence that I found out my wife sent around to people after.
I need
That
to see that.
So I did. I had my Crocs on and
Oh,
the aerated
wow.
sandals, and got around the backyard. Now the lawn does look pretty good.
Well, they're
now.
going to tell the little kid to pick the player. He's going to pick the wrong one.
I
isn't
feel
he?
like people have lost interest in my conversation.
Sorry, the draft is happening.
The draft
Talk
is happening.
quicker, Dan.
We're on the clock.
Get to the point.
We're
The
on
point
clock.
was the grass is looking pretty good. We got someone around to do some edging for us yesterday. Grass edging, not other edging.
Oh God, keep it PG.
And on
Everybody
that,
might be
and
watching.
on that M note, we'll get into the draft. We've got Sam
Nuz.
Lawler.
Thank you, Nuz.
Sam Lawler
save.
is the main guy that everyone thinks that Richmond's going to take. Dusty Martin clone, apparently. However, his championships weren't what you'd say breathtaking or amazing, but it's the attributes that people want when they want to pick one. You know, that type of player that can win you a grand final when it matters, because people look at players like Sid Draper, Jagger Smith, and they think, well, are they going to win you when it matters? So, like, there could be accumulators or kind of the quiet types, you know, like Saligo, no offence, but we know what we're going to get out of him. Is he going to win you the game off his boot? Probably not, but he's going to be an important cog, absolutely. But Lawler is the type that will win you a game sometime, somewhen, and it might be 8 years down the track, but it's worth the investment considering they've got so many picks at hand.
I think
Any
we were
smokies they could
discussing-
probably take?
Well, absolutely. Jagger Smith, he did train with the VFL, so he's my pick for the Crows, along with obvious local talent Sid Draper. But Jagger Smith, I think he's a bit underrated in terms of what he can actually deliver. He still averages 2 goals out of every 3 games, but it looks like
There's
the
some
young
clapping.
fella has picked the right button. Well done.
Lockie Murphy from Adelaide, Josh says he picked.
Thank the Lord.
He'd be having the time of his life, that kid, wouldn't he?
Yeah, wouldn't he?
Chris
Who?
Tose's son, because he passed away
Oh, he was the guy that died.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Well,
Ross and
we won't be
Angus,
bragging
have you
on that
picked your top 5?
Yep. I've got it in my notes.
We need evidence.
Oh.
Ross,
Pick is in.
pick is in. Hurry
Pick
up,
is in.
Ross.
Here we go.
Oh, Ross
Pick number
changed his
1, 2024 draft. Who is it?
Fisher Mackesy.
Bishop Mackesy.
And we are on the lookout for saddest player getting picked and worst name or best name, depending on how you look at it, when it comes in.
The best you're going to get is like one of the Whitlock brothers.
There needs to be another Phoenix Spicer.
Oh, maybe on like day 2.
Yeah, it won't be
Like a
today.
really decent name. There's like a guy with his name Burger in his last name.
Oh, why is this taking so long?
Pick is in.
AFL,
Read it.
Dude. Everything takes forever.
This is
They need
so
to make it
dumb.
5 minutes because of sponsors, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That is shocking.
Oh, my Lord. Hurry up.
Anyone playing at home, we are waiting for pick 1 to get dropped. The pick is
Come
in.
and show me that list again, please, Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Don't look at my screen.
Wee.
I like it how they have to wait for 5 minutes, not like Richmond haven't known who they're going to take at pick 1 for months.
Well, it shocked me that
That's the
they
same
were still
Here
deciding.
we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's happening. Here we go. Pick
Hey.
1.
Yep.
Sam Lelo.
Sam Lelo. Lelo.
They
Lelo.
say Lawler, don't they?
It is
Lola
Lawler,
Lelo.
Which is a really weird way to say that name. but-
Lalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lola.
Do you reckon North will live trade this one?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Trade is in.
Oh!
Quick.
Trade is in.
Instantly.
Yeah, well, that's what that came up. Now,
So
it's
that
gone, now it's
confirmed-
gone again.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
Trade is back out.
wow.
Trade is
So
off.
it's funny that you say that. So North Melbourne are the most likely because they've got their midfield of the future set up already with
Oh my
Sheasel
God.
and Wardlaw. It makes sense for them
Are
for
we
the
gonna-
right amount of picks
So
to
someone's
move
gonna
down.
trade.
Are we going to get this?
Well, a lot of people are talking to North. They've been talking to the Crows. They've been talking to Saints.
Oh, my
Richmond.
God.
Who's
Trade's in.
No, it's gone
Here
again.
we go.
No, it's off again. No.
Oh, no.
What are they doing?
Absolute
What's happening?
amateur hour.
Come on, Crows. Get that pick too.
So does this mean we can
I
wind
reckon
this
it's that.
down in
I
about
reckon it's
5
that
minutes?
young kid just pressing the button. Stop pressing the button, kid.
Yeah, you stuffed it. Andrew No Lips
It's
Dylan.
Harry Toshe.
Tell us.
Harry Toshe.
Oh, there's only 4 minutes to go.
Caution, forgot he was supposed to be.
But it makes sense if North Melbourne do trade, and at this time of the draft, they'd be really a lot of the list manager would be hot on the phone saying, "Yep, you got this deal." They'd be talking to the other guys in the group, the CEO, and saying, "Yep, we got this deal from that club." And Justin Reid would even be on the phone saying, "This is our final offer. We got pick 4 plus a future third or 2 future thirds." I'm hoping it's not a future first by us because I think that would be a waste because whoever we're going to get a pick 4 isn't worth 2 possible picks in the top 10 for this year, next year.
Okay.
Sam Lola.
Oh, we're
Lola.
already comparing him to other draftees. I think that's dangerous.
Oh, it happens every
Nah,
year.
they'll
Why
do
did,
it.
why did Fox Sports Lab have him ranked at 5 now?
Trade is in.
Third time.
It's off again.
Why are Fox doing this to us?
Fox Footy, yep, good times.
Amateur hours.
What are they doing?
So, for those playing at home, I believe both of our in-house fans have picked the right number 1 pick.
They have, yes. The competition is now on.
Now, there's
What
very
happens if? Oh, I guess it just whoever it goes to, it doesn't matter, does it?
there's very
If
small
there's a trade
deviation.
here, does that affect rankings?
No, because it's just who gets picked
Yeah,
first. So
that's
it's all
fair.
good. Doesn't matter who picks them.
Yeah. All right. They were the official rules as written.
The two guys have got a slight difference in their order, so
Do
this
they?
will be interesting.
All right.
Be very interesting.
All right, here we go. We've only got 2 minutes 20 left here for North Melbourne to either trade this pick or pick
Oh,
someone.
do you think
Oh,
it's
people are in tears.
Do you reckon it's definitely us, or it wouldn't be like Richmond using one of their
Could-
thousands of picks?
Well, there's been
It's really
rumour.
hard to say.
Yeah, there's been rumour that we were saying
that's
that
a
we
good point.
take Smith with pick 2 if we trade it up, and that might be to get Richmond to actually put forward their pick 6 and pick 10 or pick 11, whatever it is, to move up to pick 2 to get Jagger Smith. But we can probably still get him at pick 4 or Draper or Langford. So it's a bit of cat and mouse you see with this sort of stuff. St Kilda obviously talking as well. St Kilda are talking about moving down.
This is definitely way more exciting than last year.
Yeah.
I think it's because Nuz is here.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, there was a lot of curtain hype last year, but yeah.
Well, that's true, but I think it's just because, it's because it's the unknown, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess we didn't know we were going to pick Curtin either, but
No.
Love that.
but also I think the spread of players just wasn't as good.
And we weren't quite as pointy.
A minute 20 until
Raiders in?
this.
Well, they flashed it 3 times. You think
What's happening?
they've almost paused it.
Fourth time's the charm.
Come on, traders
They
in.
finished his
Come on,
interview.
Haggis.
Have we got a trade?
Come on, Haggis.
Imagine if we don't have a trade now.
This is so contrived, this whole thing, isn't it?
Oh, what an
Well,
exciting trade.
But to be fair,
Oh,
Sam,
hang on.
if it wasn't contrived, we wouldn't have a podcast.
No, hang on, Ben. Can you go through this trade for us, please?
Brisbane 34 get 37, 56, 73.
From?
And they give up from Brisbane, from GWS. So
Is this the trade?
so we got 37, 56, 73 coming into Brisbane, and I missed that last.
So
Hey,
They're
traders
getting
in.
a
another
pick
one.
34 GWS.
GWS move up 3
Lions.
spots.
You're just giving them up.
So Brisbane are moving up quite a few spots to 27,
And again,
and they keep moving up.
Is this
Pick is in.
Because
So North Melbourne have picked, and
that's why we saw it 3 times, because
Yes.
there's 3
the
shit
main
trades.
kid
Three
is
crap
Pharaoh
trades.
Sullivan,
Oh, it's 4.
an attacking midfielder.
Here's another one.
The trades are just going off.
Wow, if we could get a full recap from
If
you, Ben,
it's
that would be
Toru,
good.
it favours us.
Oh, this could be
I don't know.
anyone. Who is it? Let's go. Come on.
Here
Come
we
on.
go.
What's your
Oh.
face?
Finn O'Sullivan.
Not good.
There you go.
Shit.
It makes sense. He's probably the most talented out of all of the draftees in this pool. He didn't have a good season. He got so many different injuries, poor kid. But
He's such a young
he's got
looking guy.
so much talent. He can really do anything, and he'll probably start his career on the forward flank or back flank, and can even go to the wing and ply his trade in the twos even. Just while they're and he's got so much time. Being on North Melbourne's list,
Oh.
there's no rush
So what
for the poor
are
kid.
Carlton going to take Draper here, do you think?
Yeah, this is where it's going to get real interesting. If they don't take Draper, you'd think he goes to the Crows.
well, Callum had him taking Smith, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, is this
So
where
we-
the intel should come out, perhaps?
All right, so I did actually speak to Tim Silvers on Monday evening after the Pearl Jam show. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is true. And I did ask him about the draft, and I asked him if we were going to take Draper if we didn't trade up. His response was maybe. And then I asked him about Langford because I know that popped up on Thursday, Friday. His direct response to me was a very solid no, without hesitation. So if it comes to fruition that we ended up getting Langford, then Tim, you lied to my face. I'm not going to be very
Dog
happy
act.
about it.
That would be a dog act.
But we shall see. I thought maybe he was he didn't want to give me a solid on Draper because perhaps he thinks that Carlton might jump in before us. So we shall see.
Well, the obvious choices for Carlton now, they want to improve speed in the midfield. A lot of Carlton fans want Draper because of the speed, and they think they've already got their accumulator in Sam Walsh. So Finn O'Sullivan being picked by North definitely means that they'd be looking at the next two would be Smith and Draper, and it seems likely that we'd get the other, whoever it's going to be. So if it's Draper that's picked, we'll get Smith.
Yep.
And if it's Smith that's picked, we'll probably
So
get
we'll
Draper.
be happy.
Yep.
Woohoo! Let's
There
go.
is another
3 minutes.
person in the draft, Xavier Lindsay, who's a little bit of a bolter, and he's a really classy outside left footer.
Won't go this early, though, surely.
You don't think so, but
How is that
never
Afro
say
in the
never.
background?
I kind of want him because he's got a very old sounding name.
Xavier.
Xavier Lindsay.
Xavier. No. I'm trying to think of an old Xavier.
Yeah,
I thought I had one. No.
Xavier,
Xavier College.
the guy who used to read on the news. Xavier.
No, that's Nick Xenophon.
No, not him.
Xavier Minicon.
Yeah, him.
Xavier Minicon.
Xavier Minicon.
If Carlton pick Draper now, I'm pretty sure that would be like the first time this decade that old mate Kaltumi has gotten one of the top 5 wrong.
Yeah, right.
Well, 2 minutes until we find
oh
out.
my God, this is hectic.
So Kautumi expects Jagger to go here?
Yeah, Jagger. He said Jagger was going to be here, and he said even on his plate call that he was sticking with the Jagger pick.
Yeah.
So clearly, not sure what happened with that trading up, but Crows must be pretty confident they're going to get who they want here.
I'm probably pretty happy that we've just seen what
you
comes.
would though.
Well, a lot of people
I don't really understand.
What's going on with
what
you
mean
two?
by that, so.
Now that you're basically neighbours, you're like,
Yeah, basically. You know, we're actually further
I
apart.
know you're very far
Yeah,
away.
you wouldn't have thought I'd driven my way to help him move on Saturday, would
No,
you?
you did.
On the bloody hot
Oh.
weather
Are
day.
you kidding me?
Oh, people
I would have
like it when we
helped
fight, Ben.
I would have helped you move.
Would you?
Didn't get the call up.
Oh, you don't have the fancy trailer.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, Ben's got a fancy trailer. If any one of our listeners
I'll
needs a
just
hand.
chime in quickly with the
listen, let me
Carlton
know if you
before
need anything moved.
we got a minute left before Carlton have their pick.
I'm
and I dare
nervous
say-
about Carlton.
So a lot of people are either really into Draper or really into Smith, and they kind of want, and their heart's in it. They will both be 150, 200 game AFL players.
Yeah.
Do not worry. And if it is Smith, who's not the local lad, it's okay. He's an extremely loyal, professional, hard-working person, and people that know his ranks and say so many good things about him, they reckon that he will stay at the club that he's picked.
Is he,
Yeah.
is he
Yeah.
Metro
Pick is
or
in.
Pick is in.
Oh my God, here we go. Are Carlton going to screw us?
This will also decide who wins out of Angus and Ross. So
I would happily lose if we.
Do we have who's picked what?
this is and this is the
Are
main.
you going to
difference.
share that with me?
No.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hang on, wait, wait.
Here we go.
Confidential?
Oh, we got the Draper!
Jagger Smith.
Sid, come on home, baby.
Wowee, Kaltumi with the inside knowledge again.
Oh,
Is that the way you went?
God.
Now,
Big cow.
Adelaide wins, baby.
I have us taking Ashcroft.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was well fucking played, mate.
Do you reckon we're going to bid? Do you reckon we're going to bid for Ashcroft?
Got Draper, baby.
We have a history, I reckon,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
of being sort of fixed.
Yep, I can see that.
just like Sydney are as well.
Oh man, the Carlton Knobs are gonna be so fucking pissed.
Well, no, I think it's the right choice by Carlton as well, having a no flight risk. So it's the obvious pick now is Draper. So look for Fisher Mackessy's name.
I'm just glad we're not going to
Is
hear the
there
moves
a-
like Jagger song ever at Adelaide Oval
yes,
now.
thank
Thank
you.
God.
Could we get the Viking instead?
Why
It was
does
promising-
everybody-
No.
promising to intercept us?
No, the obvious,
What could go wrong?
the only really three obvious ones at this stage would be Josh Smiley, Harvey Langford, possibly Xavier Lindsay, but I doubt it very much, and Sid Draper. So
If
all
we
signs
don't,
point to Sid.
imagine the meltdown on social media if we don't pick Draper. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, as I said, if we take Langford here, Tim, you're on my shit list.
It's
Now-
the Connor Rosie to Port at pick 5 kind of obvious pick. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just an update on the live competition we've got going between Angus and Ross. Angus currently in the lead with 3 correct picks.
Ooh.
Ross, you've dropped out to second here.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, man. That was worth it. That was fucking worth it.
For those playing at home,
Ross is very excited about the upcoming pick.
Right, he's bringing the enthusiasm to the podcast. So.
I mean, the chances are we're about to pick a South Australian lad that's going to play with us, like Nuz said, 150, 200 AFL games as a mid at the Adelaide Crows. So it's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. It's about time. We're really getting the kind of end part of our list rebuild now. And it's people like the cream of the crop that we don't need to take so many picks like we did in 2020 and take 5 or 6 lads. We just need to pick 1 or 2 per year from now on who are in the top echelon of their draft year and finish off this list rebuild finally.
We've literally not had a good sort of first round mid that I can remember.
Well, Rochelle was meant to be that mid-forward hybrid, and they're still yet to see that. He's still quite young, obviously, Rochelle, and he might be that pinch-hitting type person, but not the full mid. I'm hoping it turns out to be like the Cam Rayner winning the flag for Brisbane type. I've still got hope for...
Yeah, he's got that sort of quality about him.
X Factor, yeah. But no, look, Jagger Smith he's going to be a player. He will be the pick of the bunch, in my honest opinion. I've been watching him play since under 16s, and he's just been top of his class the entire time. He's such a professional kid. He knows he'd been playing AFL for the last 5 years. Like, he just knows that it's his career path and has been set up for it. We've got 2 minutes left.
Are his family Blues fans, or have they just copped all the merch right then and there?
I think it's been thrown on.
Yeah.
And fair enough. You want free merch as soon as your kid's been picked up.
All right, we've
Can
got
we
1 minute
confirm-
45 left.
Can
until
we
the
confirm
Crows-
if Smith was a Collingwood or a Richmond fan? I know that he's in Richmond's area. Lives Collingwood fan. Ah, there you go. Thank you.
Ooh, Collingwood. Interesting.
Oh, picked for Carlton.
Yeah.
All right.
Minute 30. Traders in.
Oh, Trader's in.
Oh,
Oh,
Sam.
God, Sam. I was like, I didn't see that flash on the screen. All right, not long now. And
Imagine all our hearts sink, and it's just a trade between Essendon and Melbourne with 60s picks.
Here we go, Crows fans.
all right, so I want, who's there to greet our draft pick is
Brett
what I'm
Burton.
wondering.
It's Van Berlo.
Dawson and... Oh, that's right. Surely Dawson will be over there.
Someone said that in the chat, didn't they? It was Van Berlo doing the
He
the
is
jumper.
doing the jumper. Yes, that's correct. All right, we've got under a minute left. Nuz, any last words before we get to this?
No, as I said, it's don't be upset if it's not Sid. There's clearly a reason why we wouldn't pick him if we've picked another player. I know we've got some history from 16 to 19 that's a bit, but Josh Smiley and Harvey Langford can both play. They can play. So just don't freak out.
All right.
No, so we've already
You
been
heard the
told.
sensible one. Don't freak out,
Coming
people.
into the
Don't
boys'
freak out.
Riley was a top 1 contender, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Picks
gonna
in.
call him
Oh my God.
Guy-
Here we
Traders
go.
in.
Guy Smiley.
Smiley.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, Crows. Come on, Growies.
The pick is in.
And we're going to wrap the show up after this. So
Hey, Nixie. There's Nixie.
Daddy is happy. He's a happy man. Oh, there's Tim. There's my man.
Tim still in Melbourne.
He's laughing on the inside because he's going to
Haggis.
play him at half-back flank.
He's like, I told
Paul
Lauren a bunch of
Season.
shit the other night.
Is that Paul Seedsman?
There's Reedy.
Oh yeah, that is just a read.
All right, here
And
we
news
go.
about
Come
Reed
on.
after
This needs
this.
to take so long.
Yeah, what are we looking at here?
That's longer than a minute, guys. Get it going.
Daddy looks stoked.
Hey, here we go.
Oh,
Just pick him.
oh my God. Sid Draper! Woo!
Right there, man.
Congratulations, Sid. Welcome to the
Sid
Crows.
Draper.
Welcome to the Crows, Sid Draper.
He's smiling.
Yay!
He's smiling.
Very happy.
Let's go.
Take that, Josh Money.
So Nuz, do we think that was a sincere
Josh
enough
Money's
smile, or is he going back to South
That
Adelaide?
was sincere. He gets to stay home with his family, play for the club he grew up barracking for.
I haven't
and
seen his
it's a
face front on
Common
yet.
sense pick.
It is.
Would that members of his camp be absolutely shattered right now?
Oh, they must be. They must be devastated.
Let's
then.
contact Josh Money and find out.
It looks like a bit of a foregone conclusion for all
we
his
thinking
mates.
they
They're like,
were-
we knew this was happening.
Do you think they were classing Bryce Gibbs as part of his camp? His camp?
I hope not.
Well, possibly.
Because they're South Adelaide.
I know. I was thinking of that actually. No, well done, Sid. And look, it does take 1 or 2 years for midfielders to really realise their potential. So
How good's our logo look?
amazing.
Woo!
We haven't spoken about that yet, have we?
Yeah, we will talk about that after this, I think, because who gives a shit about the rest of this, honestly.
that's a genuine smile.
He looks happy.
Smile.
Stoked.
How
Yes.
Yeah, the look of relief
Congratulations,
on his face.
Sid.
Well
Welcome
done
to the
to Hamish,
Crows.
Justin, and the crew. So
How
good
exciting.
pick.
There's a damage question mark though, Nuz.
Damaged goods? No, no.
Yeah, he was playing in a really, really average fucking SA team this year.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
been
he's
word on his
absolutely stoked,
kicking, and he
mate.
does like over handball, but he's still very young, and he's going to have a lot of development. His kicking's not bad. It's just he doesn't quite use it as a weapon as much yet, which he can still learn.
His selling point is his leadership, because like he's been in a pretty average Souths team this year. That's been back. At
Oh, picks already in for Melbourne.
Oh, God. Melbourne aren't wasting any time.
Future,
We're still waited
future
out for a
captain
few
Draper, you
minutes,
reckon?
though.
Well, he has that potential, massive leadership qualities, obviously.
Pretty cool.
So Harvey
Right.
Langford is the main tip for Melbourne here, but of course there's others.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, Levi
so
Ashcroft.
close, man.
Oh, wait, that's a tie then, isn't it?
No.
Because I got Ashcroft.
All right, they're just interviewing Sid Draper now.
What have I got on here?
he's not wrong, actually.
It depends whether there's a ranking system to the highness of the picks.
Show me again.
You're going to have to Rochambeau each other for
Yeah,
it.
but you got Draper wrong. And then you got this wrong. And then you got Ashcroft wrong.
Ashcroft, right?
right?
Ashcroft is now.
Yeah.
If Ashcroft's now,
Yeah,
where's
that's pick
Smith?
5. That's pick 5. What?
Smith.
Oh wait,
Smith's already gone.
you got your Draper and your Smith wrong in wrong order, mate.
Wait, he's got Draper and Ashcroft wrong.
You
He's put in the bid on Ashcroft here.
Yeah, no, that's pick 4.
Look, I make the rules. Okay, I will determine the winner at the end.
You said the order, not the teams.
If we can't split,
Yeah, I did say the order. That's
we
the
can't
order, mate.
split it. I might have to come up with a couple of more crows.
Yeah, we
drafts. The
we
nearest
can
the
do
pin,
that.
I
Yes, we can
reckon.
have a pop quiz at the end.
Turn this up. I want to hear.
You can't turn it up, mate. We're on live. We're actually streaming a show. I don't know if you've forgotten that.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. What's happening here? Here we go.
bid pending.
Imagine if they didn't actually bid. They just said, nah.
We got enough Ashcrofts.
You wouldn't want to piss Will off, would you?
Oh, they're definitely not saying no. All right. This is not the best podcast now. We probably should talk.
Sid Draper is excited. Look at him.
He's very excited.
Yeah. Oh, that's goody.
Oh, look at that.
It's an electrifying podcast right now. Everyone.
So it looks like that Melbourne will look at taking Harvey Langford, which will more than likely play on the outside, winger, halfback flanker to start his career, possibly forward flank. If he drops down, then Saints would definitely be keen on Langford as well.
Look at those shit picks that Brisbane have to give up.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
all in the
Possibly
40s, yeah.
the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
They're looking at changing the rules in the future as well. So you have to have a pick within 15. So if his bid was pick 5, then it has to be pick 20 that you have to hold
Yeah.
or higher, and keeps more accountability to the kind of real value of the player.
Yeah.
Which makes sense as opposed to having 8,000 picks from pick 60 onwards.
Yeah.
Makes
All
sense.
right.
Gold Coast.
Pick is in.
You get the benefit of being able to pick them over everyone else anyway, so I don't see why you need a discount as well.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
No.
Pick is in.
Oh, Melbourne's pick.
Oh, big shock.
So that-
Wow.
Now, one grievance, that didn't need to take that long.
No.
I mean, Brisbane clearly were going to take him, and we just wasted 5 minutes of watching the inevitable. So that didn't need to happen. The AFL can definitely improve on that space, I think.
All right.
very
It is a
boring.
tie with the competition.
Oh, shit.
It's
So
a tie.
I'm going to need you guys to give me your next pick. Who's getting picked next? Come and tell me.
Ross?
And then whoever gets that wins a prize.
Well, the next one is
Don't give him
harder.
any hints, Nuz.
No, the next one for Richmond is a lot harder.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want hard.
So Richmond, not Melbourne pick?
What? No, I want pick
Mate.
6. So I want the next Melbourne pick.
Melbourne.
Okay.
Okay, well, we might have to have another tiebreaker here, I feel.
I reckon you should make him pick who's going to be gone at 12, and then that's very much more likely to get a result.
Let me see what Ross says here
If we're going to
first.
stick around till 12.
All right. We're going to have another tie. Who's to say who goes at 12?
What about St Kilda's second pick? So pick 9, because they've got 8 and 9.
What's wrong with 8?
Well, there's a rumour that...
more variables with the 9.
Well, do
What's
St
wrong
Kilda,
with 9, Dan?
St Kilda's rumoured to be looking to move down with that pick, so they're going to look at selling their second pick.
And then that's more variables. So let's, I don't know.
Angus is
yeah,
just
they wanna
checking
get some
Kaltumi's fans.
Give me Richmond's pick 7. Tell me who you think that's going to be, and then we'll reassess.
Yeah. We're just going with the flow here.
This is riveting.
Have we got any other segments?
Look, we're not here for entertainment.
My
Go on.
quiz isn't so bad now, is it? Sam?
No, it's not. I was happy to keep going with it, to be fair.
Thanks, Dan. Well, I'll see if I can find a few more
Thanks.
for you.
We need more material. Shall we interweave some women's chat around
Yeah.
all this?
Yeah.
There's been 2 great games for the women's in the finals. The first one against North Melbourne, which we unfortunately got run over in the second half.
And
Yeah, I
we-
don't know how great it was.
And we also had the comeback Geelong win as well, since we've
Oh, was
been
that
here last
before? Yeah, that was a good one.
They picked the same again.
Yes! Stop Googling it and just pick a name.
And then we bounced right back against Freo last week. And now we find ourselves against our bogey team this week. Brisbane, up in Brisbane again. Not feeling overly confident given the history.
No, we're on a run of losses against Brisbane.
We are. I'm not sure how many.
I think that means we might be due for a win, to be
Oh,
honest.
we're definitely due. Yeah. We played well against them last time, apart from a bit of dodgy umpiring in the end.
I think our endeavour and effort's really good, but I'm just worried that their speed and away from clearances is going to really get us, and they've got a few more reliable avenues to goal.
We've got to be consistent for the whole game as well. Like against North, we were great in the first half, and then we just ran out of steam.
You say a few more avenues to goal, but the week just gone, Caitlin Gould, our key forward, didn't actually kick any goals.
True.
It was everyone else on the fringe, so could be an interesting time. I think Rochelle Martin had her best game of the year so far.
Well,
We did have, I think we were like 46 to 26 inside 50s though, which I don't think we'll get that advantage against.
Probably not,
Brisbane.
no.
So.
But hey, I feel like we might be due. Here's the next pick. Why is this so long, drawn out? It's like the Logies.
We're assuming Langford here.
Oh,
We
we're
are.
missing the
Yes.
Arias. We could be watching the
Harvey
Arias right
Langford,
now.
there you go.
Langford.
Makes sense for Melbourne.
The two boys in-house were correct. Again.
So the next common sense obvious pick for Richmond would be Josh Smiley. He'd be a future leader for Richmond, and just 195 centimetre midfielder is extremely rare. Who's that good as well?
I'm not just off topic, I'm not a massive fan of, I'm not advocating for lip fillers, but if anyone ever had needed lip fillers, it's Andrew Dillon. Like, his lips are invisible.
Really? I haven't
Yeah,
noticed.
have a look when he comes up.
We'll
Okay.
have a look next time, but
Let's all
You've
start
not noticed?
judging people's appearances,
I-
Dan.
Felt like it was pretty obvious, but
didn't think we'd be going to lip shaming in the podcast time.
well, I'm just throwing in some material, Ben.
Should we talk about something else interesting? Maybe like the logo?
Yes.
Yes, let's discuss the logo. It's out.
We did it. New logo.
The outpouring of grief online was quite a lot.
It
From some-
was.
I
from
don't
some
really
point.
get it because, it was pretty clear that the leak, it was done. Like, it's already done.
Yeah.
So you can't complain about them not listening to your feedback. It's been decided.
Yeah.
They can't turn back now. Like, I don't think people just don't understand the amount of work that goes into something like that. Like an entire rebrand and then doing a whole new kit, getting the merch out there. Like, that shit doesn't happen overnight. It takes
So-
quite a long
And
time.
it did sound like a process. There was a fair bit of consultation with different stakeholders.
Yeah,
There
so-
was plenty, and I was a part of it, so
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
can
say-
I can vouch for it.
As someone on that side of the fence, what can you say about the consultation period? Did you feel involved in the decision, or did you feel like it was a made decision by the time you got any input?
Look, I took part in two different things. I took part in a market research meeting, which they had multiple of, so I only took part in one of those, and that was very much research. Like, what kind of things do you like? What do you think when you think of the Crows? What does the Crows represent to you? Like, when you think of the Crows, what words do you think of? All that kind of like typical market research stuff. They showed us lots of different logos from like lots of different teams abroad and in Australia, and there was lots of discussion. There was lots of pick out on the wall what kind of logos you like, that kind of stuff. And, I know there was multiple meetings of that, so I'm not sure what happened in the other meetings, but I'd say it'd be pretty similar. And that was with not only members, but just general supporters, other stakeholders. They obviously had the staff and the players involved as well, because they're the people that have to wear the thing every day.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, as I've mentioned, I was part of the member engagement panel. So they did actually preview the logo to us in one of our meetings, but that was when the logo was designed. So we did get to give our feedback, but at that point, it was done. So, whatever our feedback was, I'm not sure what other people's feedback was. Mine was just that I wanted the talons to be pointy. That wasn't implemented, but I also didn't expect it to be. Like, it was very clear that it was pretty much done. So when I first saw the logo, when they showed us, because they showed us basically the video that they released and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't super, I'd say I was whelmed. Like, I was like,
Adequately warm.
what I wanted to do was like be like, yes,
Yeah.
love it. I didn't do that. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good.
So you can be-
Is this the meeting that I went the second?
No, this is a different
Ah.
meeting.
Oh.
The member engagement panel meeting.
Yes.
Hold that thought.
Oh. Oh.
There you go.
Josh Smiley goes to Richmond.
All right. If you boys can get both pick 8 and 9 from St Kilda. Oh, nice one, Angus.
Well, the draft is really going to open up now, and
Thank you.
it's going to be a lot more random. So this is where it kind of starts getting. Yeah. People like Murphy Reed might slide or might move up. I mean, there is talent, proper good quality talent down to pick 30, 35. And then even after that, we've got tomorrow night, we're going to have Tyler Welsh as well. And it's so look out. I don't know if is that going to be televised as well the second night?
Yeah, I think so.
It is? Oh, that's good. So we can
You'll
see
be
Tyler Welsh, and I don't know.
Tuning in for late night
yes.
Welshie.
Yes. Oh, that's right. So we still have Welsh. And there might be more movement, but unlikely because the way that the list spots are at the moment means we'd have to get rid of someone like Harry Schonberg if we did find. But I think that time has passed, and it's going to be Draper and Welsh, and that's completely fine.
Yep.
Don't forget we got 3 recruits like Peatling and Cumming, and
Yeah.
like we're doing all right.
We're doing fine, I reckon.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Anyway, back to the logo. So yes, we did get to see it. We gave our feedback, but as I said, it was pretty much done. And like I said, I didn't think it was amazing, but I also liked it way better than the old one. So
it's a million times better than the
Yeah.
old one.
The old
And-
logo was so bad.
You
It's
just have to
just
compare
shocking.
the two to realise how much better the new one is.
Yeah.
Regardless
side
of
by
if you-
side, they're just
Yeah.
I think
Apples
I
and
feel
oranges.
like I've warmed to it as well. As you see it on merchandise and stuff like that, you go, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Did
And
you
I
guys
think-
notice I'm wearing my Crow's new logo earrings tonight?
Oh, wow.
Don't you normally
Ah.
wear dangly earrings?
No.
But I did browse the Crow shop when I went down to the club the other day, and I
Crow
tell you,
Shop, not Crowmania.
it's not Crowmania. Crowmania is dead.
Yeah.
It's the Crow shop now, and I tell you what, the girl working in there was definitely stoked to be selling stuff with this new logo on it. I was like, it must be a bit easier to sell things now that we've got a new logo, and she was like, yes,
Well,
it is.
I'm concerned that they're selling too fast because all of our players are having to play without shirts on.
I'm not concerned about that at all, Ben, weirdly.
There is no training gear left for them.
Come on, O'Neills,
They're
lift your
all-
game.
They have not been given the new kit yet, Ben, but
I did notice.
all is well, I think.
I was at the Crow shop yesterday and I did notice they've already sold out of one type of hat. They only had the black, sort of the black
Oh,
on
the
black
black
one.
stealthy one, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one though.
I do like it. The only thing, my only thing is like I don't like the when they bend the peak. I don't like the bent peak. I like a straight peak like Sam's got on right now.
You're a flat peak man.
Flat peak.
No, I'm
the
curved
bent
all the
peak
way.
doesn't suit me. It's more about what suits me.
I've got a curve.
Yeah, you got a curve.
I
Yeah.
have to.
What, your purple hat?
This is riveting stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, what do you think
It
about
is,
the
it's
logo,
hat
Nels?
talk.
I'm just glad we finally changed it because we're the Crows, not the Raptor chickens.
Yeah. fair
So-
enough.
The Raptor bin chickens.
The Raptor bin chickens. I
Well,
mean, what the is that thing?
It's hideous.
It's actually disgusting.
The
Like, it makes
Baltimore
me feel
Ravens.
ill, and I'm so glad. Can we just burn anything involved with that logo?
Yeah.
I've
The
been
colours are
ranting
wrong.
on for 100+ episodes about how shit the logo was. We finally did it. I even started a petition to get it changed. People were like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with the logo." And
Sorry, but
you know,
the people
logos
with,
mean a lot because if
Yeah.
you notice in Coca-Cola, right, red, white, you know exactly what it is. Memories come back, and you know all these other emotions. It's very similar to the old logo, and I think that's important because it brings back memories for anyone who's say over 35 in the good old days of when we're actually winning, you know, playing finals and winning flags. And there's enough of that, and the right color scheme too.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
And
did
the-
put a lot of effort into that. Yeah.
yeah, so like I think it's understated how good it is to change to something that even resembles the old logo
Yeah.
and how bad that one is. I mean, it's not even the right blue.
I think
No, it's
you know
not.
the people who say we should go back to the old logo should remember that we actually need to have some sort of heritage to go back to when we do those kinds of rounds where you know we need a heritage Guernsey, so let's keep that for that.
Yep.
And we're looking forward, people. We're not looking backwards. We're looking forward.
There's so much bullshit attached to that old previous Crows logo as well. Like all I'm ever going to think about that logo now is the camp.
Yeah.
2017 in the camp is all
Awful
that logo.
press conferences, the club statement logo as it comes up
Yeah.
on X and Twitter and Facebook.
Even their media, emails and stuff just look so much better. And oh god, this is such a
Oh,
relief.
pick is in. St Kilda.
Oh, here we go.
Have we got a different guest?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Oh, who's
Toby
this?
Travalia.
Who had that? Whoever had that is winning.
Toby Travalia.
So he's going to start off
Angus
as
had
a
it.
half-back flanker, kind of third, fourth, tall defender type, and then he will eventually move his way into the midfield. So he's had a really cracker season, and he's got a lot of potential to kind of be anything. He's a bit of a
I'm giving you the
mixed
next
bag. He
pick
could
as
play
well.
forward in the future as well. That really agile kind of medium defender height. Could be interesting that they pick him because there is rumours that we are heavily into Nazai Wanganeen-Millera, who obviously plays back flank as well. So interesting that they've picked him as a back flanker, a possible midfielder in the future. Kind of like Will Day. That's who he plays like, if I can pick someone. And so watch this space for next year, especially if we do well, come top 6, top 8, we get pick 13. I'd be more than happy to part with that pick if... who's the good kid from Central? Is Dyson Sharp. If he's not available, then we use that on Nazai Wanganeen-Millera. Fantastic. I'm happy with that.
That'd be pretty good.
Watch this space.
Wouldn't sniff at that.
What?
Well, we're looking to get him out of St Kilda. Is that the?
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
rumour.
Yeah, are you still not listening?
I was just
Just
like,
watching
He
highlights.
currently plays for St
TV
Kilda.
song.
He's from Adelaide.
yeah. I'm just surprised we
No.
would beat him with a chance for him, but
Oh, they're such babies, aren't they?
yeah.
Little young little faces.
But go just quickly back to the logo.
Yeah.
The actual logo itself has really warmed on me. I quite like it now.
I knew it would.
Just don't like the text. I think
Yeah.
the Adelaide text is really.
I knew that would get you a
awful.
go. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care that much about that.
The
Yeah,
text was
that's
bad
fair.
before.
When
as
you
well.
look at their design brief, I'm not sure if I should send you the link, but they actually did a whole page on the Fuller
Yeah, okay.
website about the
Yeah.
font especially.
Okay.
And it's actually like pretty good.
All right.
I
Yeah,
do
I'll be keen to read
agree
that.
it's a bit weird that L and A
I just
is
don't know what-
linked.
yeah,
Like
they
I
just didn't
don't
need to
understand
link
that, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's a minor thing. I completely agree. It's not like it's going to turn me off the new logo, but yeah, I just think they could have made it a lot more simpler and it would have been better. They sort
Yeah.
of overthought it or something, but
I just thought the positioning of it, like, obviously it's the positioning of the text is central to the crow, like the entire design.
yeah.
But the way that the actual logo, like the crow logo, is weighted, it should probably be
Bit
slightly to the right.
Yeah.
That was really my only and the sharp talon thing. Also, I did one of those fan made ones that was going around on Twitter, like had the yellow in the top of the beak, which I
yeah.
think gives that a bit of dimension.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have minded them having that in there, but otherwise, like, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
Oh, you put it next to the old one and it's just like, wow, look
Yeah.
at this. We are moving in the right direction.
It's the kind of
Exactly.
logo that they could slightly edit it, and no one would know the difference. You could still sell the same old merch and have a slight kind of change. Boston Celtics have been doing that for 60, 70 years
Yeah.
and had the most subtle of changes, like a little bit of gold here,
Yeah.
slightly bigger font or whatever, and no one cares because it's that logo. So we can embrace this new logo for 20 years and adapt it and modify it as we need.
And
as
that's
well.
really what they're aiming for. They're aiming for longevity in the logo, and I think they're going to get it with this one. So
Yeah.
I think generally, like, we've probably won that one.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I don't know, but especially that video they released with the made in South Australia, and it was a heart-stopping kind of video. Very good marketing, but doesn't that just get you excited for next year?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, can't wait. Yeah.
Bring it on.
Oh, someone's coming for you, Nuz.
Hey.
So it'd be interesting to see everyone's sort of starting 22 next year now that we've got Draper, and there's talk of him being able to walk up start to the first round maybe.
Well, friend of the pod, Nathan, just texted me before. He said, now watch us play Sid with the first 18 rounds at back pocket. So
I don't think they'll do that with him.
Nathan,
somehow.
come on, mate.
Everyone knows it's
I mean-
half forward flank.
Gold Coast Suns bid pending.
that's right. Now, it's interesting because Gold Coast don't have a pick until the 30, so they might be looking to use a future first or future second to move up.
Was he?
Oh, bid pending? That's Leo. No, yeah.
They've just
No different. That's their academy pick, sorry.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see where Alex Dodson goes as well.
Yeah,
Is this
that will-
blowing up our contest even further? Or
It's still pretty close, I've got to tell you.
okay, yep.
Just want to mention Alex Dodson. So he's by far the best ruckman in the draft pool, ex-basketball background. I've talked enough about him, obviously. And tipped to go on the first night. Of course, this will probably balloon out to pick 26 or so. And he's in that top 30 rankings. But historically speaking, a lot of top-picked ruckmen haven't actually gone on to be as successful as you might hope. You know, Cullen Coleman-Jones, and there's countless others throughout the year. And a lot of them, and Phoenix on Crowcast makes a great point, is that you want them developed. You know what you're going to get out of this ruckman as opposed to putting in 5 years and they might not end up very good. But it will be interesting to see where he goes and who he's behind, because when he gets his opportunities, he might want to come home in 2 years if he's third or fourth in the pecking
There's
order.
a lot of talk of Geelong trying to get up the order to get him. I think
There
is
you
what I
go.
heard, so
Well, they've got who's the Toby Conway is
Yep.
going to come through, and
Reece
so,
Stanley's not getting any younger, but he's
No.
about average for their team.
but it'd be interesting to see if Geelong get him, because I don't know why they would. Toby Conway is definitely a sure thing in the future, so. No, it'd just be interesting. I see GWS with a few picks in that kind of range as well. Wouldn't surprise me if they got him. Even Sydney, perhaps. They've got a good track record with picking South Australians too. And obviously Brodie Grundy is the prototype that Dodson plays like, and would be good to learn off him for a few years.
Wowee. But we do need to have a ruckman that we're developing, don't we? Nuts? Like if every club thought that way, then there would be none.
Yeah, well,
So,
I'm actually going to put it so. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a Justin Reid interview in earlier. Oh, Picker's in. This is
Lombard.
Lombard going to Gold Coast.
So Lombard, the obvious one there. So well done to the lad. So I'm going to be interviewing Justin in the next few days. I don't know, either later this week or early next week. And I will ask him about that ruck, and I will double down on it as well, because you make a great point. Why is it good enough for 17 other clubs to have a developing ruckman and not good enough for us? And there's a great point, as I said, Phoenix from Crowcast says that you can just pay for someone and you know how they're developed. Like, let's get Lloyd Meek. You know, he's a good person. He's a B+ ruckman, pick 30, done. It makes sense, but what happens if there's injuries? Because we only have Kieran Strawn, who now we know isn't going to cut it, and Toby Murray, who's so raw, he could be served as sashimi. So it's quite a concern of mine, and I've spoken to Justin on and off here about it, and we're both in agreement that you can get someone in the mid-season draft, say if Rob went down with the knee.
Yeah.
But if we're seriously competing for finals, like proper serious, I don't think it's good enough list management-wise. We need to do something, and it needs to happen either mid-season draft or next year.
Yeah, mid-season doesn't help you out if you lose him in round one, does
Yeah,
it?
exactly right.
Are they banking on Filthy?
No, he's very adamant that they're going to continue him as a forward and hit a bit part ruckman.
Yeah.
I
But
think
we'll
all
see.
the talk of us going after Sam Draper is what they're thinking.
Well, that's the other issue as well. Next year, of course, so he's a free agent from Ranella, the Wine Flies, down south. So he's an obvious one. But for someone as his age and pedigree, you'd think he'd be a bit better at the moment. Like, he's still so...
Yeah.
I did actually watch the replay of the Essendon Adelaide game that we won the other day, just for shits and giggles.
That was a
and
good game.
Yeah, it was a great game, and I was like, just I need some footy. He actually played pretty well in that game, I thought, and he does have an athleticism that Rob doesn't have.
Yeah.
So,
He only had to play Rob though.
well, that's it. But
If you could combine Rob and Draper together, it'd be like the perfect rugby.
I reckon it probably would, and like I'm actually not that opposed to it now after watching that.
Well, Draper, I think you don't go, well, that's the worst thing in the world if he sits up forward, whereas
Yeah.
Rob does not sit up forward.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Draper just needs to get his consistency in order, and you know what? It might be the perfect timing that he just finally becomes good, and he's like, "Oh, we'll snap him up." So we'll see.
And
Watch
get him
this
for
space.
nothing.
Will he want to come
Absolutely.
home? Is the question.
Yeah. Well, if we know that, and we can sell him the future. Say you've only got one more year, you're going to play second fiddle to Rob. I mean, how old's Rob now?
He's
Not older
29
enough.
this year, I think.
Oh, 30.
He'll be 29 next year, I
29,
think.
30. So we're talking like by the time Draper would come, it'd be 31, 32 kind of range.
Yeah.
And Ruckman can fall off a cliff quite quickly, but they can also have longevity like Todd Goldstein as well. A really
Yeah.
mixed bag with ruckman, so you just don't know. Rob seems like the kind that will stick around for a while.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All those rumours were a couple of years ago that we pissed Draper off, weren't they? Like that we in his draft year that we
I don't know.
made some promises that went back on, and him and his family basically just hate the club.
Oh.
That was the
Well, if that's the old regime, it doesn't.
nefarious-
It makes sense a lot.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting. He went number 1 in the rookie draft, actually, Sam Draper, in 2016. So,
Is that where
Yeah, right.
Money got his question wrong? And he had the wrong Draper,
yeah, maybe.
Draper camp.
Yeah, it could be.
here we
Yeah,
go.
that-
So Saints have held on to their pick.
All right, here we go. This is the decider for the live draft competition we're currently having now.
Oh,
Alex Taru.
oh no.
Flying Viking.
Angus takes it out. Barely.
So the Flying Viking, very explosive player, and brings a bit of pizzazz to Saints, which is
got
much
that
needed
there.
because they're such a bland club.
They really are, aren't they?
Who's got the right 3?
How's their logo redesigned? Us?
That like just didn't change at all.
Angus got the most right.
This huge announcement about this new logo. They're like, here's the same logo. You know,
Well, they're no,
logo, just modern.
they're no longer Saint KFC anyway.
St. Case.
Which is disappointing, really.
That is good.
All right, well, I'll give out the prizes now. Ross,
The
you
winner
have
is
won a Crows logo pin. And some special Here We Crow thingies. Right,
Yes.
you can send those as Christmas cards.
postcards, Christmas cards.
Need to take the photo holding
Oh, yeah.
The really awkward photo.
And Angus, as the live draft pick winner, you have won a brand new Crows new logo T-shirts.
Wow.
Bloody dark. Hopefully it fits
And we're
you.
hoping it's a one size fits all.
Look at that.
That is beautiful. I actually want one of those.
And I also
Yeah.
have for you some Here We Crow stickers and some cards as well.
Fantastic.
So congratulations,
Well done.
Angus.
Well done, guys. Thank you for
Thank you.
participating.
And your stickers, which I can put in a bag for you because I do have one. There you go. Oh, and one more. Congratulations. Good picking. That was very close. You guys know your shit.
What? Just for those playing at home, what is that spelling of Alex?
Alex.
Alex with an I.
Yeah.
How about that?
Plays like old the good Himmelberg.
The good Himmelberg. Well, it's interesting. Elliot Himmelberg is actually gone. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel real.
It doesn't, does it?
No,
Wow.
it's like I just expect him to see him playing for the Crows next year somehow.
Because
Do you-
Scotland's
do you-
gone too, isn't he?
Yeah, Golan's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So now we need
Yeah.
can come in.
Do you expect to see Elliot play for Gold Coast?
Let me see.
No, I don't know what. It's, of all the clubs he could have picked, I mean, he's from there
right, I'll
originally,
make it up to
but
him, I
it's still very strange
Yeah.
to go there.
It's going to be a hard team
Nothing
to
wrong
crack
with a
into.
double
Yeah.
Dawson, I reckon.
Although they delisted Sam Day, didn't they?
Have 2 doors.
What do you mean?
Sam Day.
Oh, now.
Just now, while I see West Coast on the board, so we've got Melbourne with the next pick, and then Richmond with 2 others after, which is fantastic for their rebuild. But speaking of rebuilding teams, you've
Yeah.
got West Coast who sold their pick 3 to go down to pick what's going to be 14 or 15 and pick 18 or 20. Like how?
Yeah, they
That's a
got
bit of
someone
a
in mind for
travesty.
this. What's going on
Don
there?
Pike just went all Don Pike on them, basically.
That's good.
He's like, we got Harley Reid. We don't need anyone else.
It's actually ridiculous. I don't
Are
understand.
they just going to pick that WA guy? Is it Bo Allen?
Well, I think
Well-
Allen, there's chance he'll go to Richmond, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. So Richmond tip to pick him, which is strange. But look, we might even see a bid where West Coast move up to try and get Bo Allen. It would make sense. But I just don't know what West Coast are thinking. Really strange.
Well, there's talk about them double reading, going 1 read last year,
Ah.
1 read this year.
All reads, 22 reads.
Yep.
I love it.
And the other thing, I don't have a bone to pick with him because he came up with it himself. But the same time that Vardy Magic brought the similarity between Curtin and Drapes, I was thinking that was 30 minutes before he wrote it. So,
Oh, all right. Dog act, Vardy Magic.
yep, he should have known that I was thinking that. So, but yeah, there you go.
Haberdashery.
That is how. Oh, a commentator would really struggle with that one. I feel. It's the Spotlight Kid.
Yeah.
Just call him Lincraft. All right. So what else are we doing? Can I go home yet?
Maybe.
Just kidding. Got any Ben's backyard?
Sure.
Press a button, Sam.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
Have you got a segment?
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really.
Psych.
What's happening in the backyard, Ben?
A bit is going on at the moment. So, spent Sunday digging out rocks, which was just the biggest pain in the ass. So, the people who sold our house before we bought it had tried to make it look prettier with putting like these white rock paths through the garden, and they're exactly where I want to put my veggie beds.
Sounds
Idiots.
inconvenient.
So they're about that. It's about that much depth of white rocks that have been compacted down that
Wow.
I've been having to chisel out with a matic.
Why? Why they? What?
Yeah.
Wait, picks
Why
in.
they put that many in?
So,
Sorry to break up.
Anyway,
that chat.
yep. Back to the rocks in a sec.
There it is. There's your guy.
There he is.
Who is it? Oh,
Xavier Lindsay. So very
Hey.
good. He'll fit perfectly with who's the guy that got like Caleb Windsor on the other wing. So he's a good outside, very just a jack of all trades. He's actually a really good player. Like he'll just kind of be that guy that you'll check on Footy Fantasy and have 20 touches. Be like, who is this guy? Like, oh, that's right. So he'll kind of start playing AFL straight off the bat and make a good impact.
Looks like
There
he
you
came
go.
from
First
good.
deviation from Kautumi's.
Looks like he came from a
Tandem
good
draft.
home.
Hamish Ogilvy special.
Bro, he looks genetically designed to sell houses.
Yeah. Well, that's what he'll do after post football.
100%.
Nathan just said
Xavier Lindsay Real Estate, XLR.
Anyway, Ben,
do
you've
you
got
wanna
4 minutes to tell us what else is happening in the
Alright,
in the
okay,
garden.
so-
Dan's going
anyway.
to tell us about his caulking the lawn.
Now, I don't want to get controversial, but I did end up going with the cypress pine timber.
Gross.
Don't judge it till you see it. I did see both products in.
Well,
the
one
flesh.
day we'll get
Are you gonna
invited to your
stain
house.
No,
Oh.
no. So it'll be. It looks all right.
Won't it
Okay,
be
I don't like. I trust you, but also I'm a bit disappointed.
The
controversially?
red gum was quite a lot rougher, and it was so heavy. So
I think we've only been invited
And-
to Strath once.
and would be no. Well, if we
Were you
make
No,
Oh, she hasn't even been.
well, it was invited but didn't come. So,
I couldn't come.
yeah, I'm not saying.
I was in Strath
I'm not
last
saying you
week.
didn't have a valid
To
reason, but
The in-laws live down there.
how about if we make the AFLW Grand Final? We put a bit of a tentative come to Strath to watch that bad boy.
I'll do it
Yeah, I mean,
So I should.
unless
Crows are in
it's
it.
I should-
unless it's a Port versus Crow showdown. Then we should probably go to it.
Yeah,
it
maybe.
won't
Yeah.
be. Port won't make it.
But
Mark my words.
anyway, so I've got that. I've got enough timber to do my first 4 of 8 veggie patches.
How exciting!
So I'm going to have that. And the most exciting thing for me at the moment is I've put in an order for some new hose reels.
Hose reels. Wait, multiple.
We've got a large yard. So,
Okay.
I need
Hose link, no doubt.
How many taps
hose
do you have
link
out
all the
there?
way. So
Hose link.
I've got enough. I need to put in an extra tap. But
Oh, right.
In
So you've
the,
only got one tap, but you need multiple hoses.
Daisy chain them. They'll be
no,
fine.
well, it's in the chicken run. I want to get a hose in there because we've got plants in there and to fill up their water every day. Over
Yep,
summer.
that's fair.
I've decided
that.
I hate chickens. They've destroyed my new backyard.
I haven't destroyed your
Yes, they
backyard.
have.
How do you know?
How have
no
you
grass
already
there.
got chickens?
That is
And how have
they've
they
got-
already destroyed
the
your backyard?
Previous people
It's a
had
Normanville
chickens.
special.
Just because you got a little bit of dirt at the moment
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
mean
like
it's
it.
permanently there. If anything, that'll be the lushest part,
You're right.
Oh, if I could leave
lushest
now.
part of your lawn because of all the chicken poo.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. I'll trust you.
All right, Nuz is out of here
I'm out of
because
here.
this draft's over, baby.
Yeah.
Naz has seen enough, and
yeah.
We'll give you a call
I'm out of
if
here.
we bid back into the first round.
Oh, yeah, please do. I'll be driving, yeah, and I'll pull over. Unlikely that we'll bid back in because at this stage,
we don't
Well,
have the currency.
We've got
well,
nothing
we've
to
got a
give.
future first, and that's it. So we're not doing it, and I want us to keep onto that pick, and we will. So good all round. Got Draper. He ain't going anywhere. Crows fan for life. How good.
Word on Welsh.
And
Love it.
I just need confirmation that you're not leaving just because I started talking about my garden.
Not just that. There were other reasons. No, I was starting to get a headache, which obviously people know I suffer from badly. And Welsh, yeah. So we're going to get Welsh anyway. We've already said that we're going to
Take him, yeah.
Take him. So you know, say what you want about his professionalism or running around and all that sort of stuff. He's so young. There's so much fogarty about this kid, and it's just a time thing. If it takes 3 or 4 years, you know, so be it. But he got 5 goals in the SANFL against Port as a 17-year-old. I mean, that's Scott Hodges territory, you know. So
Oh man.
Now, Naz, you'll be rejoining us more frequently next year.
Yes.
So we look forward to that.
Can't wait.
Thanks for your little sort of lead in at the end of this year.
Yeah,
It's been good.
thanks for
thank you.
thanks for keeping us on track tonight too.
Yes,
by the way,
absolutely.
Not inviting him to a Christmas special, Dan.
Oh, we haven't mentioned that yet. We
Yeah.
haven't locked in a date, but that's normally a spin-off.
a spin-off.
It's
but of course, Nuz is
it's not
absolutely
relevant.
invited. So we'll
Yes,
see that.
yes. I'll be there if I can. Yes.
It's not relevant to
Oh.
this conversation.
Pick is in for Richmond.
Oh.
I'll just finish off with this one.
You can stay while the picks keep rolling in.
Yeah, I'll stay until the end.
If they pick Bo Allen,
And
Well,
the
Bo
pick-
Allen would make sense.
yeah.
The pick is. Here he comes.
Yeah, Andrew Dillon.
Botox. Whoa!
So Taj Houghton's an interesting one. So he was, before he did his ACL midway through the year, and there's the reaction. Never a bit placid, isn't it?
Wow.
Mate,
Oh
just got
yeah,
picked.
did you get picked, mate?
Fuck.
Oh, it's because they're watching on Foxtel, which is a fucking
Oh,
one.
there we go.
They're watching on
So-
Fox, which is a 1 minute delay. Sort it
Taj
out,
Houghton
Foxtel.
is was touted to be a top 5 pick. Started this season, but did his ACL and obviously slid down. So, with Richmond having so many picks to kind of take, it's almost like the peddler pick for us. Like they can take advantage of having so many. It's a good punt, in my opinion. So good on the lad.
Nice.
All right, and on that note, I'm out. Smoke bomb.
Cheers,
Bye,
Naz.
Naz.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. See you guys.
Thanks, Naz. All right.
All right. Hey, Angus, did you want to join us on the mic and talk some drafts? Jump on, mate. Hey? Yeah, we don't pay anyone.
Plays like Rankin, apparently, this Taj Houghton.
If you're happy to just contribute to what we have to pay every week, that'd be great.
Yeah. Welcome, Angus, as the winner of the brand new logo T-shirt. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
looks
feel
good.
about the logo. I've still got the tag on. I'm going to take it back.
For a refund.
I do love.
Give him the
I
receipt.
quite like the logo though. This area is where I feel.
don't rip it, you
funny.
actually might
Don't you
wanna take
think?
it back.
This bit of the colours, the yellow and the red. I don't know. How did you feel about that? Was that something that was discussed? This sort of
Yeah.
feathers, I guess you could describe it.
I think that is obviously a design choice, and I kind of get why they did it because, like, where do they stop the colours?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I do think it's a bit odd, but like I don't know. I just look at it as the whole thing now, so I'm kind of over that part. But I understand where you're coming from. Did you have a problem with that too?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
How the colours link at the end, like the red and the yellow.
The feathers. I'm just going to sort of put my my shirt up there. This part here.
Yeah, it does. It's a bit strange. Yeah.
Sam's the graphic designer guy, so he's like
Sort of.
more picky.
Yeah. There was
He's a
something-
graphic designer in the way that Ben's a physio.
His profession.
I think if you need, you can check my registration in APRA if you'd like, Dan. Also a member of the
saying facts
APA.
as
Thank you very much.
I forgot what the joke was. It was something about you could be the player's physio. but
That's so good.
old people.
Sam's a graphic designer, and he was the one who photoshopped Steve Carell over Ted Curtin on the.
Sorry, Ben.
Oh, that's good.
What did you think about that, Dan? Did you have any opinion on that, or
No, not really. I like it. I think the logo's fine. Yeah.
any other criticisms?
No, I think it's going to look good, especially
Yeah.
monochrome, like
Oh, yeah.
t-shirts and
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
hats and things like that. We're just going to get used to it. Very
It's a heaps
quickly.
good silhouette, I think, too.
Yeah, silhouette is where it's going to sort of, I think, excel. I would
Yeah.
imagine, and it's so much better than what we had. So
absolutely.
It
Can't
looked good on
complain too
white.
much, I think.
I liked it on white when they put the big.
Yeah, like the blue one on the white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that looked pretty nice.
I also liked they released something that was like it was almost like a neon version of it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think Vardy Magic posted it somewhere.
Oh yeah, yes, I saw
But that looked cool, and so did the like the gold inflection one in the video. That Kane Corns actually ended up reposting eventually, so at least he gave us a bit of credit
Yeah.
by posting the nice version of the logo. So appreciate that,
Has he
Kane.
actually? I haven't actually heard his reaction to the official logo. Is
Well,
still
he
think it's no
definitely
good, or-
wasn't the vomit emoji. I think he's come around to it a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Angus, you took out our very tight draft competition there with the picks. Any thoughts on Sid Draper? Happy to get him?
Yeah, I think he's the best. I mean, ultimately, this top 5. I feel like I'm sitting in a very hallowed seat as
Yeah.
a draft expert. It's starting to seep in.
We'll believe
It's okay.
anything you say. It's fine.
Yeah, I just think ultimately this top 5 was so even from everything we've heard. I mean, these are kids. Like, we're all hearing second, third hand. I'm not going to, all these games to see these players. So ultimately, an SA boy, it just seems to make sense to pick someone who we think is more likely to stay. And we don't have to deal with years and years of narrative about unhappiness. He's looking to go. I mean, even someone like Rochelle we've had in recent years.
Yeah.
We're now getting this stupid narrative about, he's on the next plane to Carlton or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's unlikely to happen with Draper. Even if there's no truth in it, it's just glad that we don't have to deal with it as
That's
fans.
right, yeah.
That stress.
And that is something we often deal with as Crows fans is stress. Oh,
So with pick 13, Richmond have selected Isaac Kako.
Kako.
Oh, I knew I was going to say it wrong.
Keiko.
But Essendon are putting in a bid.
All right,
matching
Ross,
the
I'm going to
bid.
let you jump on my mic because I've got
Matching
nothing else to input here.
the bid. So I believe that means he's Essendon's next generation or something.
Yeah, so Kako is the player that Essendon benefited from them changing the rules for MGA.
Isn't that
in
nice?
The top 20 or so. So, yeah.
That's
Good
nice.
for Essendon.
Good
I
for
thought they
Essendon.
scrapped that after it screwed us over with Jamara.
It screwed us over with. So they got rid of it because Jamara shouldn't have been pick 1, they thought, but then. So they've changed the rules and they've brought it back again. So,
Right.
So Essendon get to have their player as a first rounder that they get to match. So,
Good on them.
yeah, consistency from the AFL.
Yeah, it's great. What else are we going to talk about?
Oh, jeepers.
Dan's watching TV.
Is Ben's backyard finished yet?
Oh, who knows? It sort of just continues on.
Yeah,
Do-
it could go all night. But
Do we want Port to succeed so we get a
At what?
AFLW showdown? Like, that would be pretty
I
spectacular.
don't think so.
To be honest, I kind of think that they're on the outs anyway. It's like there's only so far that like their depth can take them at this point before like they need to say like, okay, we need to go back to the draft. Like
No, sorry, the women's.
AFLW.
oh
Yeah, because they've won like 8 in a row.
there's no way that they're going back to the draft next year. It's like getting like 3 of the best 4 of last year's draft and then Piper Window on top of that. Like they're set
We're just
for,
talking
like,
about
a
this
couple-
week,
Sorry,
Ross.
just-
But
just
calm
next
down,
week.
mate.
do we want a grand final showdown?
Yeah.
Nah. we're definitely not getting that.
But do we want it?
No.
Oh, okay. I like the idea of it.
I think it'd be amazing.
Oh, it'd be good to see.
It'd probably be a good spectacle, but I doubt it'll happen, and I don't want it to happen.
And I reckon parking at Nord would be just excellent.
Would it be out Norwood?
Well, where
It would
else
have to
they
be.
Oh yeah, because they got
just-
the cricket pitch in there. don't
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it couldn't beat Adelaide Oval,
Yeah.
but
I would
Have we-
imagine.
Have we got nothing else?
Well, there's Unley, which is smaller, isn't it? I
yeah.
think.
They just don't play it in SA.
Yeah.
They just haven't thought about
The
that. have
one
they?
No.
thing that I will say, I don't like Norwood because of like the practically vertical boundary that they have.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's essentially an oven.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
any of you went to the game this weekend, but I was getting sunburned looking
were there,
at what
yeah.
was going on just on
Well,
TV.
yeah, we experienced Norwood when it used to be the January game.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
sitting there, and it's just
That was a bad time.
It was
just full
40
of
one day,
cement.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sitting there just sweating,
It
just
was-
sitting down.
And we weren't
No
even
good.
playing footy.
No.
It
Jeez.
was no good. So
I do worry it may have affected the players a bit. Like they must have.
Yeah.
Obviously
Yeah.
they're treated a bit better than the fans.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
and then if
but-
they play Brisbane in Brisbane, she'll be hot and humid. And then if they do get through that, they'll play North, who are pretty fresh,
Yeah.
and that'll be very tough.
Absolutely.
Tell you who's been great in the final series so far, Chelsea Randall.
Yeah.
Amazing couple of games.
Mrs. Consistent.
Yeah, absolutely.
She does step up for the big moments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's been huge.
She loves a big grab and a big goal.
That ability for her to just get thrown anywhere, like
Yeah.
they clearly are using her. They finally seem to be using her a lot more as that replacement for EJ after
Yeah.
she went down, which took a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But the fact that they can throw her forward, throw her back, throw her where they need is just such an incredible asset.
Yeah.
I think
Team.
originally, like when EJ first went down, they started bringing in Brooke Tonham and throwing in her in EJ's spot, and it sort of worked, but she hasn't quite got like the same like how would I describe it? She doesn't have like the same explosiveness as EJ does when she's in a contest, and she doesn't have like the same amount of like handling skills with the ball.
Yeah.
It's just like I can see what they're trying to do there, and I like it because Brooke Tonin is a fucking good player, but like, it just doesn't work because like EJ just fits the mold so well in that team.
Sorry, Ben, you want to...
We need EJ back.
I was just thinking, just going back to Randall, I reckon she's unlucky not to be spoken in the same sort of levels as like Erin Phillips and now Marinoff is. Like her consistency and her importance to our team.
I think it
She's
depends who
been
you
really
speak to.
impressive.
I think, she's definitely got the reputation, but probably not in terms of the game-changing sort of attributes that she does show.
I don't think anyone will talk about naming a medal after her or anything
No,
like that.
yeah, you're right.
Phillips will get that, and potentially Marinoff down the track. Whereas Randall, I think, has been impressive the way just
the courage and
courage and
When the
just
chips are down, she's
athleticism.
the only one who really just starts.
The way she
Just-
attacks marks
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
Absolutely throwing her body. How old is Chelsea Randall? What, over 30 now?
She's like 32, 34.
Throwing her body at this at this consistency is kind of amazing.
hopefully she can keep going for a few more years. She definitely seems to have the longevity.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of want to see her in a coaching role though, because like she's already done like a ton of work with the men's. It's like it just feels right for her to like eventually move in as like the head coach of the women's development.
I think she'll hang around. She'll hang around. She might go somewhere else to develop a bit more. But
Yeah,
Because what is her role with the men's team at the moment?
she was like an assistant
yeah,
coach,
assistant. I'm not sure what part, but yeah.
probably in development, because I couldn't see
Well,
Is
her
it
working.
leadership or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
What's
that's
going
where
on here?
She's looking to go.
someone's getting hugs before the
That's Nate Caddy, I think, from last year.
last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
I'm not sure showing replays of stuff is particularly useful.
That's it.
It's a bit weird.
You
Not
just
at
look
all.
at Fisher Mackesy again and be like, oh no, flashbacks.
God damn
That's
it.
right. He didn't look happy.
5 seconds for Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond-
I think with
Good luck.
Randall's going to be an interesting case of a player who pretty much has played as a professional footballer her career versus someone like Phillips who came in as essentially a ring in a second second sporting career, and an Ebony Marinoff who started as a 18-year-old. It would be interesting to see. She's sort of stuck in that mid-zone.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because she'd played a little bit in WA for a little
Yeah.
while, hadn't she, Chelsea
Yeah.
Randall? So she was was she one of the players who played in those
Well,
exhibition games? The
pick-
Yes.
Bulldogs Melbourne
She did.
games? Yeah.
We've got a pick for Richmond.
John T. Fall. He's a key forward.
Jonty.
Not exactly the highest rated. I'm surprised that they've gone for John T. Fall over.
Bolter.
Bolter, officially
Yeah.
listed as Bolter.
Well, Bo Allen now can go
you go.
straight to West
I
Coast.
haven't heard.
Yeah, that's pretty good for them.
So
honestly.
West Coast will be very happy with that.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go for Harry Armstrong. Is there something wrong with him?
I haven't heard the name Jonty since the South African team.
Rhodes.
Yeah.
So suddenly
Nice.
West Coast's crappy trade doesn't look quite as crappy as it once did.
If they've been able to get their local boy, that's quite remarkable.
I think a lot of them were like pretty keen on Sid Draper though. Like a lot, like Carlton Nuffs were.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But that's, I mean, especially getting two rounds ahead of Fremantle as well is quite,
Yeah.
shove it up the other
Yeah.
local team.
Yeah.
Do we have any clues on who Port are taking? All the discussion that we've been seeing in SA is Sid Draper based.
Harry Armstrong was what Cal Toomey predicted for them, but I thought that
Could they
If-
go Dodson?
oh no, Dodson wouldn't go this early. He'll probably be going like second round. A lot of people are saying that Richmond will bet on him, but I don't know. I don't think he won't go first round. He'll go second round.
Dodson.
But
I reckon he'll go.
yeah, no, Dodson. I don't think he'll go first round. I reckon he'll go second.
I reckon he'll be late first round. Because first round goes
Well,
to
late
pretty much
first round,
fixed
early
26.
second round.
Yeah.
I don't see him going late second round, but I can definitely see him like slipping out of the first round.
Well, time will tell.
We'll
Lots
find
of
out
time
tonight.
given on how long this has gone so far.
Do we want to stick around for the whole first round?
No,
I don't think so.
definitely not. Do we have anything else we want to actually talk about? Do I want to talk about Ned McHenry going to PAC?
Oh,
Oh,
yes, we do.
Did you see that?
No.
He's coaching PAC Div 1.
Really?
Player
they're all
coach.
collegians.
Wow. Player coach. So he's allowed to play.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'd love to see more player coaches at a higher level.
Yeah.
I think it would be good to see.
Yeah.
Chelsea Randall.
Yeah.
Oh,
She could play a
yeah.
coach.
What did we think about
She pretty much
Schomburg?
is.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No.
Yeah.
He's in a weird spot along with like Luke Pedler, Lockie Murphy. Of
Berry.
like Berry, I would put a lot more faith in Berry than I would like Lockie Murphy, Ned McHenry.
Murphy's
Because,
played
like-
most of last season, though.
Yeah, but
Probably one of the hard things with Harry is that like he's not quite good enough to break into the mid, but he's lost at half forward where they seem to want to play him. And when he came back from the Achilles, he just didn't have it like what it took to make that position his. Like
He probably
Yeah.
wasn't explosive enough before, and the ACL.
And now-
the Achilles just probably hammered that home.
now he's even less likely to push into that midfield, especially now. Even again, now that we've picked up Draper as well.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it even.
We've spent the last few years drafting so many. I mean, some of them we haven't even seen yet,
Yeah.
like your Oscar Ryans and others.
Charlie Edwards.
Charlie
Edwards,
Edwards, yeah.
sorry, yeah. And
Charlie
yeah.
Edwards is going to be massive for us.
Well, if he can crack in, but you'd
Yeah.
hope
It's
so.
his first year, to be fair.
Yeah.
So someone like Schonberg, who should theoretically have had their chance, it's going to be really interesting to see if he can force his way. Like, he's going to have to be so above everyone else.
You just don't see where it's happening
Yeah.
unless that happens. Like, because he's definitely not a half forward.
And if this is the point, like, why would we bother re-rookieing him? If we
Yeah.
don't think he's going to make it anyway. Is there a point in that?
well,
I know
maybe
we're
they
doing
just maybe they do still see something there, but I just don't see where he's going to play. He's not a rotating through the mid kind of.
and he was
Do you reckon
contracted,
he'll
wasn't
be?
he?
What's that?
He was contracted, wasn't he? So we'd have to pay him out anyway for next year. So you may as well have him play.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
His
Yeah.
contract is up next year. So
I
I
mean,
think
he's depth now, isn't he? So.
Same with
Yeah.
Burgess too. Burgess is
Yeah.
contracted next year, but yeah.
yeah. So he would have had to pay it out
Yeah.
anyway in the salary cap. So it may
Yeah.
as well have him as a. If he suddenly jumps up, that's pretty remarkable. But
It's going to be really interesting. Obviously, now we've got a lot less sort of players that are on the fringe, I think, in terms of like ones that you easily see the back of. But so like at the end of next year, it's going to be really interesting to see who goes. Like,
Yeah, well, at the other end of the spectrum, it's going to be really interesting to see how we handle players like Laird and to a
Yeah.
lesser extent Crouch, and
Smith.
what our midfield
Port traded up.
makeup
Ooh.
is.
Hang on a minute.
Port have got West Coast pick. Maybe they've promised them they're not going to take Bo Allen.
But if that's the
Yeah,
case,
that'd probably be part of the
then why
gambit.
would they?
why would they
do
bother
the pick?
trading up if they weren't?
I
gonna
got
take
no
Bo Allen?
idea. This
Unless
kind of-
West Coast aren't keen. Maybe they aren't.
So who do you think Port's going to take?
Cal Toomey predicted that they'd take Harry Armstrong.
Seems odd.
It
Yeah.
does. Going up one spot. When you
One spot for
'Cause,
pick
yeah,
45.
why would you trade with someone unless
And
you
pick
knew they
45
weren't?
isn't
Yeah.
even a bad pick in this draft, really.
Weird. Does that mean we have to wait another 5 minutes? If so, we're shutting this down.
But nah. Do you reckon like Schallenberg is just
Oh.
like
They waited until the last 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and
God
now it's
love
another
that.
You
5
got to
minutes.
squeeze all the shit interviews in.
Well, they know who they're taking.
No,
Yeah.
well, now they're in that spot, they've got to work out why.
yeah.
So
Like they didn't know. It's like, nah, we really want those pick.
Oh, here we go. Pick is in.
Picks in.
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Come on.
Maybe they wanted that Reed guy.
Murphy Reed.
But they were the next pick, so it's sort of like, why?
I don't know.
Unless they
It,
thought
it
West
feels
Coast
like
were going to take him.
they're jumping the gun unless they really want Bo Allen. Joe Barry. He's a small forward who's been tearing up the Vico.
Did they? Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
So, Sam, just to go back to your point, we've got a huge amount of people coming out next year.
Yeah.
Like we've got Bond, Burgess, Crouch, Gallagher, Fogarty, Miller, Murphy, two Murrays,
Fogarty's contracted.
Nank. Is he? Oh, sorry.
2031,
Actually,
yeah.
he is, yeah. O'Brien, Schonberg, Smith, Strawn, Zach Taylor, and Taylor Walker.
Yeah.
Like huge amounts of
Yeah, a
people. So
lot.
we could be having a huge clear out next year.
Massive. And there's a lot of pretty average, like
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, sorry,
pretty
that's
There are
average.
some
Not updated
developing
list.
names, but there are also some pretty average names in
Yeah,
that list.
there
And
is.
then there's like Smith and Walker, which like the question is, I can pretty well see Smith going out next year, but I don't know about Walker.
Has the Smith thing actually been properly locked away yet?
I'm
I
pretty sure
don't think
he's
so.
playing next year.
Yeah.
But I think that
Like in
there's
acid,
like
doesn't
so
it?
much growth that's happening under him that's surpassing him.
Yeah.
Like he played like the last 6 or so games in the Sandful.
Yeah.
So I can't see them like hiring him on unless they want to bring him, like keep him around as like coaching staff or something like that.
Well,
but even
some
that,
of the games he
that's
played
like a
last
waste
year
of a slot right there.
Yeah, some of the games he played last year were horrendous. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's interesting as well that we'd have so many potential outs. We've got a very small draft hand at this stage. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not the super draft.
We've
of
got
this year.
Yeah.
3 third rounders. So I think we might be like really excited about that Mitch Stevens pick or something.
I think there'll be a few who will obviously sign on, but there's not a huge amount of those players there that will be really keen to
guaranteed, yeah.
keep on. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that we haven't quite timed up our clear out with a year like this, which is supposed to, imagine if we'd had a Richmond hand going into this year because we'd cleared out a lot of players.
Well, there's been, talk about, we obviously took Curtin last year, but we had the option of taking eventual pick 3, instead of having Curtin last year. So we could have had Jagger Smith and Sid Draper potentially this year.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm unhappy we've got Curtin, but yes, it is an interesting sliding doors moment.
I think the thing about Curtin that everyone is underestimating is that he's not going to be a midfielder for like his entire career. I think he can definitely be like a Jordan Dawson because like he played defense in his juniors. He played defense in his juniors, midfield in his juniors as well. He's playing midfield now. He just needs to work on his rate like at the AFL level, and he's already kicking goals at AFL level as well.
Yeah, there's nothing to say he's a bust. It's just it's uncertain how it all looks longer term.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The way I see it, he's like a Jordan Dawson. You throw him wherever you need to.
I think he looked great. I think he'd be good.
yeah. Oh, it's just an interesting comparison.
Oh yeah,
Curtin,
no,
who didn't
yeah.
get any games, versus
Yeah.
another one of these fancy midfielders.
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
what I'd like to see a little bit more out of him is like a bit more physicality out of him. He's a big dude. He shouldn't be just like standing off to the side of a stoppage. He should be trying to like wrap his arms around, like his massive fucking arms around the guy who's grabbing the ball,
I'm still hopeful as well this year. If he gets a solid preseason, he'll look a lot
Yeah.
more
Do a
athletic
Thilthorpe.
and look a lot better because his knees were stuffed going into the year last year. So.
For real?
Yeah, he had all those knee injuries. That's why he was out for so much at the start of the season, Dan Curtin.
Oh.
Can he grow a beard? Can he just do a Thilthorpe?
Yeah.
I think he'd have a very solid beard. I reckon he's got the jaw structure.
He's got the jawline for it, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a legitimate.
I think that could fast track his development significantly. So, yeah.
All right, we done?
I reckon before we wrap
Well,
up,
we need to know if Bo Allen finally gets to West Coast.
yeah, pick 16's in for West Coast, so we'll let that happen. Then we'll just talk about our predictions for this week's prelim against Brisbane.
Oh, who, me? That's all right, I'm not going to sit down.
Lauren.
Here we go. Bo Allen. Oh. Called it.
Yay, Bo Allen has gotten to West Coast. Now,
Crows by 18 points.
Lauren says the Crows to beat Brisbane this week by 18 points. Ben, what have you got?
Unfortunately, I've got Brisbane by 12.
Brisbane by 12. Samuel, do you have a prediction for this week?
Yeah,
Samwell.
Brisbane by 18.
18. All right, you got on the reverse, Lauren.
Big
Yeah.
call, big call.
What?
We made it to the reverse.
Yeah.
Ross, do you have a view on who will win this week and by how much?
I reckon it'll be tight, like Crows by 3.
Crows by 3. I like it.
There's a little bit of hopium in there, but
Angus, what do you reckon? Can we get over the bogey team?
Crows by 2, I think. I think it's
Oof.
going to be very close, but there's got to be we got to find some way to goals. So.
Yeah, I think you'll find we will try a few different things this week because we need something different to beat Brisbane, and I think it will work, and I think we'll win by 6 points.
Oh, and
6.
Port to win too.
Nah, Port to get pummeled by
Port will
North.
get pumped. And
North.
deservedly so.
North are not going to let it happen. And unfortunately, I think North will win the premiership, but
Probably, yeah.
We'll see.
Watching the Hawthorn Port Adelaide game, who were you hoping would win that?
I was hoping Hawthorn would win it.
See, I was actually quite
Yeah,
happy
but
to see
Port's your
Port come
second
back.
team.
Oh, yes. Port's my second team, and I
How
love me a
Are
half-size
you
Palmer.
kidding me?
Port is your second team? You're kidding, right?
No, it's just an accusation that's been
Oh,
thrown
I
at
think
him.
I might have said something in Tasmania that was not derogatory towards Port Adelaide.
Oh, look.
Suddenly they're my second.
Bo Allen plays like Elliot. Yo.
Yo.
Not Ratagolia.
Ready to go, Leah. Lauren's not listening.
Lauren's not listening, so it's not effective.
Nothing. As you were. All right. Since Lauren, who was hosting, has left, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. If anybody is still tuning in to episode
surely
107.
No one's still. Actually, there are people still.
It
watching.
was, obviously a bit of a mess considering the
finishing
draft,
a lot early
but
as well.
It's true. Yeah.
the good news is that we did get in Sid Draper, who we're all happy with. We're looking forward to him cracking into the midfield next year. A very different looking Crows team with all our awesome picks that we got in the trade period. So yeah, very exciting time. New logo, new team. It's all happening at Crowland.
We
Knew
don't really
everything.
know when we're back for our last one.
No, so we'll be getting together for the Christmas special, I'd say. So
Well, we should probably record if the girls make the grand final.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
If the girls do make the grand final, I think we will do a podcast. So stay
If the
tuned.
girls make the grand final, that can just be the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone stay tuned. We will drop some news about when we're going to be back.
Oh,
very
Josh
soon.
said Thebby happening too.
Oh,
We should talk
yeah,
about that.
Febby.
No, we'll talk about that next time.
Got somewhere to be, Dan.
Yeah, nah. I mean, we were wrapping up, but if we want to start another segment, go ahead.
We're going to talk about the tram line and all that.
Oh yeah.
That's going to Thebby.
That's riveting.
Yeah.
So you're going to
All right,
start
we
talking
done?
about it or not?
No, not really. No. It's just it's all happening. It's good.
Febby's happening.
It's all we want, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's not really where we wanted it, but yeah,
That's
It'll
another
do.
can of worms.
it'll do.
Lauren's,
Do the
Lauren's
job.
just telling us to extend. She's stretching out her hands.
Is she?
Just saying,
Go a bit
stretch it out. Stretch it
Are
out.
you enjoying this, Lauren?
Boys,
No, sincere thanks to everyone for joining in, and I hope you're all happy with the pick that we got tonight. We'll see more tomorrow. If you
Thanks, Ross and Angus.
yeah, I'm getting.
Do you think
I
that?
was still talking.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thanks
mate.
to
I was-
me.
Thanks to Ross and Angus for joining us here
Anytime,
live, and we hope you enjoy your prizes. Angus, you look good with your t-shirt. I think
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah, I want
makes
one of
me.
them.
As soon as I get my voucher for my membership, I'm going to be down there getting it.
I'm going to cover it.
Like
in
the tight ass that I am.
I didn't even use mine last
Ooh,
year.
Well,
free
that's
a
your
pick,
problem,
free a
isn't
pick.
Oh, wait, there's another pick in. We're going to close out with pick 17.
Frio's pick.
Fremantle.
Oh,
big
stay
one.
tuned, everyone.
Fremantle
Murphy
picks
Reed.
Murphy
Murphy
Reed.
Reed.
Whoop-de-doo. All right.
There you go.
So what we're going to do is have Dan just wind down for 5 minutes every time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, oh, here's the next pick.
Oh, bargain buy. He was ranked at number 9.
Ah.
He's gone at 17 and he looks unhappy. No, he's smiling now. Okay.
All right, we
he
done?
was Vic Metro too, wasn't he?
Yeah, yes, he was Vic Metro, and he looked a lot like Steel Sidebottom, I thought, when he played. So,
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll become the good Murphy. And
Well,
Alright.
there'll be 2 reads in the, what is that? Is it the Derby? The Derby over
Derby,
there?
Derby.
Yeah.
Derby.
so they will.
Wishton Derby.
And they're both mids.
They are.
All right. All right. Enjoy your night, everybody. We'll see you very soon.
Drink water.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Ben.
Hooroo.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Stan.
Thanks, Lauren.
thanks.
And thanks again to our 2 co-hosts,
Thank you.
extra co-hosts.